I'm sorry for serving you something that didn't taste good. I promise I won't make it again. Oh, no matter what I made, he always criticized it. I reached my breaking point. I decided to divorce and leave the house. Then, something unexpected happened with my husband and our eldest son. When a woman gets married, she's often not called by her first name anymore. My name is Emma, but at work and in the neighborhood, I'm known as Mrs. Taylor. Even at the daycare and school, they call me that. I would be okay if my husband called me by my first name, but he only refers to me as hey or you. From the beginning of our marriage and even now at 50, I have always called him Gordon. But it seems he doesn't get the hint. Gordon is 3 years older than me, making him 53. He works for a transportation company and used to deliver goods to the deli where I work. The friendly Gordon started chatting with me, a store clerk, and we became close. Our meeting was quite romantic, but married life wasn't like a fairy tale. Gordon, using work as an excuse, never helped with household chores. Even though I'm a full-time worker at the deli, it's not like I'm a stay-at-home mom. We had our eldest son Mark, but Gordon hardly ever helped raise him. Men get praised just for playing catch with their kids, but women work from dawn till dusk and still aren't exempt from household duties, nor do they get any praise. Isn't society's expectation that mothers should naturally take care of their children oppressive to women? Mark was a good kid until high school, but after joining the workforce, he became sarcastic, especially in the last 2 years since he joined his current company. He's been coming home late and doesn't listen to me at all. But for some reason, he and Gordon get along really well. Sometimes they even mock me together. Mark, what kind of job are you doing right now? I work for an IT company. There are many types of IT companies, right? Why bother explaining? You wouldn't get it anyway. With a smirk, he seemed annoyed to talk with me. Maybe at 25, Mark doesn't feel like explaining his job in detail to his mom. Sometimes I get so mad at him it scares me. Am I lacking maternal instincts? There's a term called unconditional love. When Mark was a baby, I felt that intense love for him. Looking at his cute sleeping face, I felt I could do anything for him, but now, seeing the sarcastic man Mark has become, my unconditional love wavers. I find myself expecting something in return for the love I give. Both from Gordon and Mark. 26 years of marriage. Every day is filled with sighs, and I can't say I have been happy. About 2 years ago, Gordon and Mark started teaming up to criticize my cooking. I don't think my cooking skills suddenly dropped, and I don't remember cutting corners. I always consider nutritional balance, try to save every penny at the supermarket, and take into account Gordon and Mark's favorite dishes. Planning daily meals is hard enough, but having my hard work criticized is honestly disheartening. Tonight, I made Gordon's favorite Chinese stir-fry. I thought he would be pleased, but Gordon yelled, "What is this?" Is it not good? It's too salty. You said it was too bland yesterday. Then Gordon pointed at me accusingly. Can't you find a middle ground? It's always one extreme or the other with you. Yet, he continued to eat voraciously, exaggeratingly leaning back and shouting, "So salty." Mark just ate silently. How about you, Mark? I often get taken to fancy restaurants in Akasaka and Ginza by my boss. So I have become a gourmet. Everything tastes good to me now. I worry for the woman who might marry such a sarcastic man, even if he is my own son. While still complaining about the saltiness, Gordon finished his meal and in the end, so did Mark. Feeling stressed, I decided to grab a meal with my best friend Juliet on my day off. Juliet, like me, is 50. She went through a divorce 2 years ago. Her husband never lifted a finger around the house but had the nerve to point out a dirty window and some dust. Juliet lost it. She told me she whacked him on the head with a hanger. Talk about gutsy. When I brought up Gordon and Mark, Juliet got mad as if it was about her. Why don't you just tell him to cook for himself and hit him with a frying pan? I can't say that if I did, he would just get stubborn and insist on cooking. He would probably realize how hard cooking is if he tried it himself. I wouldn't dare eat anything Gordon cooked. Juliet laughed heartily, but for me, it's a real concern. Ever since I became single, I have been quite popular at work. It's your life, you know. You aren't living just for your husband or kids. You're only 50, Emma. I'm already 50. Don't give up because of age. 50 is when life truly begins. I get asked out for dinner by male colleagues quite often. It's probably because I'm single now. If the guy is single too, there's no issue. Juliet looked radiant. Her confidence and positivity were blinding. Is the ideal mother and wife someone who puts her kids first? Husband second and herself last, is that right? Whether it's right or not, society's norms aren't always correct. Before being a mother or a wife, you are an individual. Life's more fun when you live for yourself. I was taken aback. You're intense, Juliet. Don't call me intense, I'm just normal. Dinner time is always tense for me. In most households, dinner time is a moment of family bonding and happiness. Tonight, I made Mark's favorite, curry rice. But after one bite, Gordon shouted, "What the heck is this? Is it bad?" "It's sweet, way too sweet. Who makes sweet curry?" Trying to hold back my disappointment, I asked Mark, "Is it too sweet?" I prefer spicy or medium spicy, but more importantly, I know this amazing curry place. I mean, it's not fair to compare a home cook to a Michelin-starred chef." I don't cook just to hear Gordon's harsh words and Mark's sarcastic comments. Without considering my feelings, Gordon sighed. "Oh, my mom's curry rice was the best, just like home." I wanted to tell him to have his mother cook for him every day, but I was afraid of escalating the argument, so I held back. At work, while I was assisting a customer, my manager, Mr. Smith, complimented me. "Mrs. Taylor, your customer service is always so cheerful and genuine. It's great." Really? Thank you so much. Words have power. Even a single compliment can lift your spirits. Customer service is crucial. If the staff is pleasant, customers will want to return. Even though each deli claims to have its unique offerings, they all seem to sell similar items. Naturally, if the prices are the same, people would prefer the store with better customer service. Mr. Smith is 54 and single. He doesn't seem to be divorced, nor does he appear to be against marriage. Standing tall at 6 feet, he's a dandy gentleman and quite the charmer, especially among the younger female staff. Being single in your 50s doesn't mean you're not attractive. Maybe his standards are sky high, or perhaps he had a passionate love affair when he was younger and can't forget it. His mysterious aura probably fuels rumors, making him even more intriguing to the ladies. Mr. Smith treats me, a 50-year-old, with the same kindness he shows to the women in their 20s. Such a gentleman. I can't help but wonder how Gordon and Mark behave at work. If Mark makes snide remarks to his colleagues like he does at home, he would definitely be disliked. I worry about Gordon, especially when it comes to bullying subordinates or harassing female colleagues. I just hope he never gets arrested. During the dreaded dinner time, Gordon and Mark were watching TV. It was a show where family restaurant staff showcased their best dishes judged by renowned chefs. As I casually watched, Gordon chimed in, "Don't you ever think of going on this show? Why? Would you fail everyone?" Mark joined in, laughing at his father's joke. "They would probably say, 'Are you trying to kill me with this?' and throw a rejection card at you." That's just too much. So, should we order pizza tonight? Pizza? I'm in the mood for a hamburger steak. Takeout from the family restaurant? Seeing my rare defiance, Gordon's expression changed. What's with the attitude? Even I have my limits, you know? Mark laughed along with his father. I'll sing "I Want You Back" in full chorus. I wasn't amused. What's "I Want You Back"? Don't you know anything? They can have their fun. I felt left out and lonely. Juliet's face came to mind and the word divorce crossed my thoughts. It was in the evening after work. Mr. Smith called me over.
Emma?
Huh?
Sorry, Mrs. Taylor.
I smiled at him. If you want to call me that, it's fine.
Oh, really?
A forgotten thrill. For a moment, a love song played in the background of my mind, but I quickly dismissed it. Life isn't that sweet. It rarely goes as planned. There are several young, attractive female staff in their 20s. I'm probably not even on his radar. As expected, Mr. Smith wanted to discuss work, not dinner.
Actually, there's talk of our store making a TV appearance.
On TV?
It's a show where family restaurants and delis showcase their signature dishes and chief judges them.
I know it. My husband and son watch it regularly. The theme is lunch combos and there will be an internal tasting session. This session will determine who represents the store on TV.
We're thinking of having you, Emma, represent us.
I was taken aback and immediately declined. My husband and son criticize my cooking every day. Mr. Smith pondered for a moment.
Do they leave food on their plates?
No, they always finish it.
I have a friend who, no matter how good the restaurant, always says, "You're satisfied with this? I know better places."
Really? Maybe Gordon and Mark are like that.
We need someone like you who cooks daily. Would you consider creating a menu for us?
The responsibility is immense and I lack confidence, but part of me wants to try. I want feedback from people other than Gordon and Mark. I took the challenge seriously and crafted a lunch combo. The company's top executives tasted it and unanimously approved my dish. While my colleagues were thrilled, I felt a mix of shock and resentment towards Gordon and Mark. Despite their daily criticisms, everyone else loved my dish. I can't understand why they would belittle my cooking. Was it just for fun? Furious, I left work early and stopped by the city office. I didn't tell Gordon and Mark about my selection for the TV show. Tonight's dish was shrimp scampi. For some reason, there were 2 cards on the table labeled pass and fail. Did they make these? After tasting a shrimp, Gordon and Mark exchanged glances and simultaneously raised the fail card.
This is clearly a miss. I'm disappointed in this shrimp.
Are they pretending to be judges? Is it fun to mock someone? I grabbed the cards and confronted them. You fail as a husband.
What are you trying to do?
You fail as a son.
Me too?
I glared at them, then lowered my head. I'm sorry for serving you bad food. I won't do it again.
What?
I have reached my limit with their constant negativity. I placed divorce papers on the table. I'm filing for divorce.
Wait.
I won't wait. I have waited for 25 years. I can't wait any longer.
25 years?
Okay, maybe not 25 years, but for the past 2 years, I've been patient. I can't take it anymore. I am leaving this house. Gordon, in shock, tried to laugh it off.
It's candid camera, right? That's an old reference. Where's the hidden camera?
As he pretended to search, Mark warned him.
Dad, she seems serious. Really?
Of course, I am. Congratulations. You won't have to eat bad food anymore. A whirlwind of change, I quickly moved out and started living on my own. Juliet's support was invaluable. Without the burden of my foolish husband and clueless son, I could focus on my job. Perhaps when life changes, many things start to shift. The company asked me to appear on TV. No way, I can't do TV. You should get someone younger and prettier. That's how TV works. Most people only get one shot at TV in their lifetime. While part of me wanted to do it, I was worried about how I would look on screen.
The show will have the chief judge ask detailed questions about the dish. If it's not the person who made it, they won't be able to answer.
I see. Convinced by Mr. Smith and the executives, I agreed to the TV appearance. I didn't tell Gordon and Mark. I have blocked their calls, so they can't reach me. And I have no intention of reaching out. Of course, I told Juliet about the TV appearance. She was shocked and said, I want to be on it too, with teary eyes. I appeared on TV with Mr. Smith. It was my first time and my heart raced with nervousness. Watching the stern-faced chef silently eat my lunch combo, I felt like apologizing before the judgment.
This bolognese has Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, and...
Instant coffee.
I see.
Finally, judgment time, I prayed. As the judges unanimously raised the pass card, they even praised it as delicious and perfect. I high-fived Mr. Smith blushing. I hoped it wasn't a dream. After that, I got involved in product development and received a raise. Was it luck that things turned around after escaping from a rude husband and a sarcastic son? 3 months after the divorce, Mark visited the store. He had bulked up like a football player, which surprised me. What happened to you?
I haven't been eating at home, so I've been eating out a lot. Before I knew it, I looked like this.
Serves him right. It's probably karma for mocking the food that a top chef praised.
I saw you on TV. Dad was shouting in disbelief.
Mark smiled, but I only replied, oh.
Please come back, Mom.
Grow up, you're 25, handle it yourself.
Can I at least live with you if you don't want to be with Dad?
Be independent, don't come here again. I spoke coldly, and Mark, seemingly shocked by my firmness, left. The next day, as I was placing an umbrella stand outside the store, a massive man approached.
Emma,
who are you?
Don't play dumb.
It was Gordon, but he had gained a significant amount of weight.
Because of you, I've been eating and drinking at pubs every day. Before I knew it, I couldn't move.
You have no right to call me that anymore. Gordon tried to laugh it off.
Emma, please come back. At this rate, Mark and I will turn into Crusher Blackwell.
Crusher what?
You don't know who Crusher Blackwell? He was a 215-kilo wrestler.
His jokes showed no remorse. I don't want to waste my time talking to you. Please leave. Despite my harsh words, Gordon persisted.
I apologize for everything, truly.
Even as he apologized, I remained silent.
Your cooking was always amazing. My mother told me never to praise someone too much. If you keep saying something's delicious, they won't improve. Wait, where are you going?
Before Gordon could finish his apology, I had already retreated into the store. But to my surprise, he followed me in.
Wait, we were in the middle of a conversation.
I have nothing more to say. If you persist, I'll call the police.
The police?
Gordon dramatically looked around, then back at me.
Why bring the police into a marital issue?
We're not married anymore.
Just give me one more chance.
Please leave. Suddenly, Mr. Smith emerged from the back.
I have called the police. Maybe you should leave. Who are you? I'm the manager of the store. Why are you intervening in a marital dispute?
We are not a couple. Gordon, with his exaggerated gestures, pointed at Mr. Smith and me.
I get it now. Is that why you divorced? Are you two together?
Enough. His rude insinuation infuriated me. What nonsense are you spouting? I won't tolerate it.
Is it true? Is that why you're so upset?
Just then, a police car pulled up and 2 sturdy officers entered. That's the man.
What are you talking about?
As one officer tried to restrain Gordon, he resisted.
Let me go. She's my wife.
I don't know this giant.
So you're denying me now?
One officer said. We'll discuss this at the station. The other officer was also thrown off. Had Gordon become so strong as a wrestler? Overwhelmed by jealousy, Gordon's face twisted into a terrifying scowl as he grabbed one of the store's umbrellas. I was taken aback, but Mr. Smith bravely stepped in front of me, arms outstretched.
Trying to play the knight, are you? Showing your true colors, you homewrecker?
As Gordon raised the umbrella to strike, an officer from behind forcefully knocked it out of his hand and grabbed Gordon's wrist.
You're under arrest for obstructing official duties. Obstructing official duties? The police's signature move? You think that solves everything? Just come with us. Emma, help!
Everyone on the street was watching. I felt my face burning with embarrassment. The commotion continued as Gordon was forced into the police car. How embarrassing.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Thank you.
If you ever need help, just let me know.
Such comforting words. You're very kind.
I'm not kind to everyone.
Huh? Mr. Smith left after dropping that ambiguous line. Maybe it wasn't a misunderstanding. Since then, neither Gordon nor Mark visited the store. I finally had peace. After 26 years of marriage, I was free. I could have lunch with Juliet whenever I wanted and enjoy dinners. Even returning to a dark apartment, I never felt lonely. Work was fulfilling and being valued by the company felt great. One day, Mr. Smith approached me.
Emma, do you like musicals?
Musicals?
I got 2 tickets. It's easy to watch a movie anytime, but a play has a fixed date.
I noticed he was sweating. Memories of my youth resurfaced and my heart raced. Maybe it wasn't a misunderstanding after all. I love musicals. I would love to go.
Great.
I'll take the tickets and go with a friend.
What?
Just kidding. How about a nice dinner afterwards? Seeing Mr. Smith's relieved expression, I smiled. Life is unpredictable. Now, I am embarking on a second youth.